Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Tanks are one of the most powerful things in Battlefield if used correctly. But most players don't lose their tank because it's weak. They lose it because of positioning, bad pushes and small mistakes. Today I'm breaking down how to survive longer, what objectives you need to focus, and how to actually carry games as a tank. This is a complete beginner guide, simple, practical and focused on surviving. Let's start with a loadout. Let's start with the main battle tank. This is the loadout I like to use. I like to have one ammo focusing on infantry and one on the vehicles. The high explosives for me is the best against infantry as it has a high splash damage. You can also run the anti-personnel, which is kind of like a shotgun, but for me the high explosive is the preferred option. For the second ammo, I like to use the armor piercing as this for me is the best against other tanks. You can run the aim guided if you want to focus more on helicopters and jets. But as a tank, your main focus is winning the tank fights. You also have a turret. This is just up to your personal preference. I like to run the light machine gun as it has a higher fire rate. But if you like more damage, just run the heavy machine gun. This is up to you. For the counters, I run the projectile intercept as this can block everything from lock-ons to RPGs in a few seconds so that you can get your escape. You can also use the thermal blocking to get smoke and hide yourself. But for me, this one does not block the RPGs and you can still get hit through the smoke. But this is also up to you if you want to have smoke for cover. For the upgrade, you should run the reinforced platting as you get more resistance to all damage and you can take more damage from the RPGs. You can also run the enhanced loading to get quicker reload time, but for me, bigger HP is the most important. For the gunner, you can pick between the heavy machine gun, light machine gun and grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is very weak this battlefield as it only has 5 ammo and a long reload time and not a lot of damage. So pick between the heavy machine gun and light machine gun. And you have 2 options for the gunner. This is countermeasures and smoke wall. For me, if you have trouble locating the mines when you drive, pick mine countermeasures. Now over to the infantry fighting vehicle. It's the same here. I like to have one that is focusing infantry and one that is focusing vehicles. The high explosive is the go-to option as it has good splash damage, a lot of ammo. For the secondary, I run the aim guided as I can focus the jets and the helicopters. If you have a gunner that likes to paint the helicopters and jets, you can use the lock guided. And if you're playing breakthrough on attack, you can use the light rockets if you know you're not going in a tank fight, as this is the best for infantry fighting. In the equipment 1, I run the thermal blocking to counter the lock-ons. You can also use the smoke generator to also have some cover. This is up to you. For equipment 2, I run the threat detector as when I push an objective, I pop this one so I know where the enemies are. The same upgrade as the main battle tank, you should run the reinforced platting as you have more HP or you will put yourself in a disadvantage. And like I said, for the main battle tank, it's your personal preference if you want to have the light machine gun or heavy machine gun, but stay away from the grenade launcher as it's very weak. Let's go quick over the anti-air tank. For the primary, I like to run the multi-purpose, as I also can focus the infantry when they try to focus me, and you're stuck with anti-air. For equipment one, I like thermal blocking because the jets or helicopters like to focus me and you can block their lock-ons. For the upgrade, I like the enhanced loading as I might get my ammo back before they get their countermeasures back.
Now I will give you a few tips that will help you stay alive as a tank. Tip number 1, never expose your rear. Your tank takes the least amount of damage when hit in the front, take more damage on the sides, and take the most amount of damage in the back. You might be able to take 5 hits in the front as a main battle tank, but only 2 in the back and you're dead. When pushing a sector or objective, you always have to be careful for the backstabs, as they might run around you and hit you in the back. To counter this, you have to push with your teammates, which leads us to tip number 2, which is never push alone. What I mean by this is that you should never push an objective all by yourself without any support. You will most likely end up in a close combat when pushing an objective, and with your limited turret movement, they might be able to run around you and hit you from your back. But if you have infantry around you, that they might be able to help take them out. Our tip number 3 is pick your fights. I always say that no fights are the same. You might fight 1 tank and 2 infantry, you might fight a tank alone, you might fight a tank while having 2 infantry. It's important to know which fights you can win and which fights you're already at a disadvantage. Don't be afraid to disengage and take the fight another time. It's better to stay alive than die a fight you will not win. That leaves us to tip number 4, always have an escape route. Before even pushing an objective, you should know where you want to back out and where there is the most cover for you. I hope this guide helped you understand tanks better, because that's the goal. If you master the fundamental first, positioning, patience and smart engagements, the kills will come naturally. If you want more breakdowns and tank guides like this, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.